to see what this match would give me. The reason I was showing that KD is because people won't able to get that KD. That's how bad it really is. Where's my filters? I better double check to make sure it's not echoing. Mic check. Gonna have that muted. Let's find out. See if that will work. That's probably why I always play with a headset. But who needs audio when you're playing SHIPMENT? Probably going to be a short stream. Oh boy, can't wait for the next Call of Duty to come out so people can continue bitching like they got nothing better to do. And I'm not even joking about it. Ever since I put that as since I made that post, that's not even a fucking lie. I'm calling out any channels, basically. That is including, what's his name? Optimus. Because he's going to do the exact same as everyone else. Bitch and moan about the next Call of Duty, telling people not to, not to buy the next year's Call of Duty, and then have it as a background gameplay. It's gonna be baffling bad. These guys really need to keep that same energy. Not so much I bash people who says things like that, but you know, at this point, I'm starting to agree with those guys who can't even keep the same fucking energy. It's baffling. Hope everyone's having had a wonderful weekend. I'm gonna try to stream if I can. All I'm gonna say for the next Call of Duty, I just hope there's no nerfing in that game. That's what's killing Modern Warfare 2. I would say it would be one of the better games within the 3 years. But because you gotta deal, if you're a good player and you gotta deal with this shit, it's not even a good game at that point. I'm looking forward to seeing the campaign, though. The campaign I will guarantee will be great to see. I still think this is a bug. I still can't even use Dragon's Breath. I haven't been able to use it since this game came out, or this weapon came out. It's bugged to shit. And when I see other people using Dragon's Breath, it's like, how the hell are they using it? I know I cannot be the only one thinking that, having that train of thoughts. So I managed to get the car rack gold, plat, and polyatomic. Just go into a 10v10 or ground war, you'll get it done a little bit quicker that way. It's the only way you actually enjoy the gun. My God, how bad that gun is without certain attachments, or with certain attachments. I love it how it makes my screen go like that. Thanks for the nerve, fucking devs. This is the reason why they don't ever play their shitty game. Because they're this bad. And whatever happened to the so-called Joe? The main, CM guy? He's like off the radar on Twitter, and that's laughable. And what's even more laughable is they're making everything that's supposed to be in the game as new feature. It's laughable. Yeah, you should have died. If I died to anything, even with Flat Jacket, so should they. Otherwise, what's the point of having perks? I would love to have 0 perks. Just bring back Pig 10. Like, seriously, that's the most fan favorite. Who the fuck wants to go back to Call of Duty 4 Formalium? Whatever the fuck you call it? Nobody. So apparently Black Ops 2 is hacked to shit, so that kind of makes me a bit worried trying to stream on there or stream that particular game. And then that's another thing. I can't wait to see Jeff bitch and moan about Modern Warfare 3. It's like these idiots never heard of don't buy, don't play. You're not really doing anything special or anything good towards it. That's why I find it baffling funny. Here's something I've been noticing too with this player nerf. Your recoil, no matter what gun you're using, especially on the shotguns that is more noticeable, if you put on like recoil control, all of them, it doesn't matter where, your recoil goes crazy. That's one of the player nerf I'm noticing. Another thing I've been noticing this whole game is the kill streaks. Let me look. Here's one for example. If you use, like, let's say the mortar strike or the cruise missile, the radius on them are so fucking massive that you die to it. Even if you're not, like, let's say you're 10 feet away, you would still die by it. That's another player nerf I've been noticing. Perks has been a #1 issue as well. Flag jacket doesn't do jack shit. I'm surprised I'm still getting likes on that. Oh, I know I was renting. Here's something I find a bit funny. For once, out of my entire time on YouTube, I've actually got a YouTuber pin my comment. And usually that's pin of shame, but this one is not even a pin of shame. That's the funny part. Let me see I need to see the likes. The only reason it was pinned is because there had likes on it. Holy shit, 143. That's the funny part, though, about it. Usually, there's times I'll make positive comments and bashing comments. Depending on what, neither of them usually get likes or anything. Usually, I don't care for likes. As long as YouTubers ain't that shit, deleting comments. I know, I know Call of Duty channels has to be deleting comments that's bashing them. Because if they're gonna bash about something so stupid, they deserve to get bashed back. Basically, how I see it, whether you bash them or shit on them, doesn't matter how you look at it. Criticism is a criticism. Everything is what you need. And I could think of a better way to criticize Call of Duty without bringing up skill-based matchmaking every fucking time. I know skill-based damage or player nerf may not be a good one either, but that's more of an actual issue with a game compared to the so-called skill-based matchmaking they're crying about. People also bring up EOMM. I don't even remember the standing for them. But I'm not even that. I spend like hundreds or thousands on money like throughout the years just to customize my character or use guns that I'm gonna use to look a little bit better. Like for example, this shotgun, the Black Sails skin. Or this ice spike. I've never got into a single lobby that's much easier. They're all about the same. If I have to take a gamble and bet my ass about it, it's something to do with what is it? Your win and loss ratio. I know that wasn't a massive issue back then. For some people, it probably was. But that's probably not as big until newer games start coming out. I don't know, I started seeing players not playing the objective since World War II. And what's also more baffling and sad at this point is if you ever watch Nero, Espresso, Ink Slasher doesn't bitch as much like some other channels. But if you ever watch them and notice how much of bitching they do, if you watch their older videos, you can tell why they lost so much views. After 2019. They're absolute dog shit. All they'll ever cry about is skill-based matchmaking. And yeah, they could be using their actual voice, their actual thing they got, the whole community or whoever the fuck, and cry about like the lack of content, which is a better criticism about these games, or how bad these map designs are. People think Piccadilly is bad. It's more better than any other COD, especially in this new era of Call of Duty. And yeah, I'm willing to die on that fucking hill. And right now, all I know, Merc Music is the only one who's actually saying something about these pussy-ass turtles. Where are the other folks? Oh, wait. they won't bitch about it because they are turtles themselves. They can't watch their own fucking ass. That's what makes us sad. And if I have to bet, you know, I mentioned this before. I'm sorry if I'm broken record every stream about it. Anytime you still hear people cry about skill-based matchmaking or not talking about an actual issue, they're just boosting their stats. They boosted their stats on the older COD games just to be anywhere where they are today. And if you ask me, that's really fucking scummy. And ever since I went back to play the older games, since they've got them fixed, leading up to Modern Warfare 2019, I've never had a positive KD up until then. Like, I'll have 1 or 2 matches of positive KD, but the rest of the match will be like 0.9 or 0.8. I know that's pathetic by people who actually cares that much. But yeah, people who cries about skill base or brags about it, I'm telling you right now, they probably just boosted their stats. And trust me, that's been a huge thing back then. It wasn't just for camel grinding back in Modern Warfare 2 or any games that you could boost on. It's also them boosting their stats. I really like to see the so-called pros to be actually good. I would love to see actual casual players, cough cough, Call of Duty channels, to be actually good without crying. That's how sad it is becoming. I can tell you as well, this is not the same community from the 360 era. That's the sad part. I think all of them just stopped playing after Black Ops 2. And it's not just because some of the games later on got worse, or getting worse after, like, I would say Infinite Warfare. Black Ops 3 I still consider the last best Call of Duty we had. I don't care about the supply, people would say about supply drops. If you want fun and such, that's the best game for it. And people didn't really join back on Modern Warfare 2019. People got into 2019 because how much it felt more like original Call of Duty. Especially back with Call of Duty 4 or Modern Warfare 3. Because when I played on Modern Warfare 2019, it felt like more like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Black Ops Cold War, Vanguard, and this doesn't even feel like Call of Duty. Doesn't even feel like the arcade shooter that everyone grew up with. And I don't even care about the Battle Pass. It's better than the supply drops if you ask me. But like I would say, and if people would say it, if I want supply drops back, I want them to bring back the Black Ops 3 type. That's the best one. that's one thing I still hate about Flash. It does not let you respawn until it actually goes away. That's another criticism the channels could be talking about. I don't ever remember playing a Call of Duty game where you have to wait for the flash to go away in order to spawn. Oh, here's another thing speaking of about perks earlier. If you run like if you try to run 6 Sense, the worst version of it, your pulse don't even go off at all. Especially when you join late, it doesn't even go off. As much I do hate the concept of pay to win stuff, but that's been a thing since Black Ops 2. At this point, I don't think it would matter if people have the dog or this charm. It really doesn't. Half the time, the perk doesn't even work at all. So you can't really blame people who runs it. It's like they never ever try to use it. And I'm one of those few people who still want to see this game do better, improve. I really don't care if they wanted to add Battle Pass supply drops or Battle Pass or bundles. You're always going to get people spending the money one way or another. Well, if I ever bring back music, I'm probably going to be sticking with gaming soundtracks because they're not many of them are public claimable. I think the only ones are for Call of Duty would be Cold War. I've never really tried other games. I know the older games is not copy claimable. So I might bring back music at some point. I gotta continue making that playlist though. one thing I love about since I was speaking about Jeff, one thing I find funny is he complains about mentoring. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really change your flow that much. All it does is help you with recoil, accuracy, and if you need like long shots, it's like one of those things that helps with long shots. It is annoying when you have to deal with where no one's running to where you're camping at. It is annoying as a challenge, but I'd rather take that than killing players behind cover. That shit's more annoying to deal with, and that's not fun. I truly hate Black Ops Cold War because of it. I'd rather do 100 mounting kills than doing 100 behind cover kills. But I am curious what kind of challenge we're going to have and what the mastery cameras will look like. That'd be interesting to see. How is it that you're picking up my shotgun and you're doing absolute shit with it, dude? I'm always finding that breed of players. Picking up other people's weapon and not get shit with it. And if y'all remember, there used to be a challenge behind, what was it called? Backfire? There used to be a challenge behind that. Not fun, if I can tell you that. Usually it's only one tier. Number 2 or 3. You know, I watch this YouTuber who goes by Jay. He has made videos about spawns. I can understand that from the SHIPMENT playlist, but when you're playing like the normal matches, there's just generally shitty spawn points. And it's been like that since all the way back at Red at War. Ever since I went back to play Red at War again, I do not remember how fun the spawns were. They were absolute dog shit. Here's something I find ironic. If you ever hear people cry about time to kill is too fast, they've never played Call of Duty Ghosts, where time to kill on there is much faster than any other Call of Duty. Even Black Ops 2. That's the laughing part. So I can easily tell these are not the same players at all. These are the Battle Royale players that never really play Call of Duty or what Call of Duty is. And that's the biggest downfall about Call of Duty anymore. It started back in 2018 with its Blackout. As much as I find Blackout more enjoyable, that's the start of the downfall. Anyone with actual brains could tell you the same thing. Every focus, both content-wise and seasonal-wise, has always been Battle Royale. If you go on Black Ops 4, you can see how many of those remakes were just basically based off Blackout. Yeah, it takes about, whenever I stream, it seems like the player nerf happens like within an hour of playing. Doesn't matter what mode. But when I'm playing off stream, it happens like almost immediately after 2 matches. This is why I don't play this game anymore. The reason you still see me playing it, making content on off it, is 1, I see content out of it. 2, I would like to finish the Battle Pass. Whenever I get done with Battle Pass, I'm probably going to be going back to Team Fortress 2 and play that. If I had enough storage in my computer, I would love to download Squad and just play the modded client on there. Either the Star Wars mod or try out the other mods, the Starship Troopers or Halo. Because I did not know there was Halo or Starship Trooper mod for that game. I bought that game a long time ago, mainly because of Star Wars mod on there. And my god, it's fun. But I think that's what killed my computer. So if you're gonna buy a Squad and play mods, make sure your computer is strong enough first. That's one thing I didn't even know. Kind of mess when shotguns usually give you extended mags. Doesn't matter what kind of shotgun it is. I also want to say this. If people really think calling people furries is an insult, that is laughable. Don't get me wrong, I'm not offended. I just find that funny. I take that with pride. I would literally take that as fucking pride. Yeah, get outgunned, bitch. Shoot my body and get outgunned. I'll be curious on how this perk system is going to be in Modern Warfare 3. I hope they actually work. And since it's going to be this pretty much the same thing as Modern Warfare 2, I hope they actually either A, nerf the shit out of the survivor, or it gets completely removed. There's a reason why it hasn't came back since Modern Warfare 3. Granted, I'd rather be shot at than having to have them heal back up. At that point, if you want them to heal, why do we even have Battle Royale in the first place? For the exact same mechanic. Yep, there's that nerf. There's that player nerf. I love how I'm getting shot from the front, but he was behind me. This is what I mean, like, they won't fix shit like this, but they'll fix shit like the bundles. Like, granted, I can understand the bundles because you are spending real money, real currency on it. But the in-game problem should be the first priority compared to the bundles. Still can't believe they needed this shit since after Black Ops 4. The only reason it works in Black Ops 4 is because of that stupid system they did with 150. That's the most embarrassing part. I wish I could change my scavenger for cold-blooded. See, when you're limited on perks, there's like really no point of having perks. It's absolute shit. Still can't believe they brought him back. So does DMZ not count as story then? It's gonna make me wonder, really. Oh, here's a good thing. Anyone who likes to play as Ghost, who is a Ghost main on this game, 2019, whatever game he's available on, he is returning in Modern Warfare 3. And here's the reason why I say that now. I'm backing out just to show you. Let's see here. Is it? Do I go on the stores for bundles? Ooh, new skin came out. I'll check that later. How do you check? See, what's funny is they didn't even change much about the about this. Like, how the fuck do you go in? Here we go. Here's the reason why I say Ghost is returning. Where do I not have a bundle for him? I thought I put a bundle for him. What the fuck? Let's see. Does it show on the battle pass then? Where is he? Okay, there's a way to see it. He is definitely returning. I'm trying to figure out how you do that. Oh, wait. Through the bundles. I remember now. Where's his... Does he have any bundles? Yes, he does. If you look on the bottom, that says all items in the bundle will be usable in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I'm assuming Ghost is included in that, and I'm assuming he is returning, which is good because he's like the only good character. If you see more people run Ghost than any other character. And what's even funny about that is Captain Price is the face of Modern Warfare, but in the reboot, Ghost is the face of the reboot Modern Warfare. That's the hilarious part. If you ever look at the Modern Warfare 2 artwork or promotion stuff, the main person you mainly see in those things is Ghost. Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 3, it's Price, but everyone knows Ghost is the new face of Modern Warfare. That's why I didn't even kill him off in this one. Granted, it would have been nice to see him in the third one, see what would happen between him and Makarov. Never got to see that shit in the original. And here's a funny thing about the original. We still have yet to see Frost, Wimaris, Allen, who else? Roach, Frost. We have yet to see some of those characters from the original, especially Roach, as he was Task Force 141 member. Where the fuck is he in this reboot? I'm just so curious on how they're gonna do the story in the next one. I'm still gonna question it. Where the fuck is Al-Assad? You know, the main character, the main horseman. He didn't even die at all. Sakhaev, the son at least, is dead. Nothing is known about the father. And yet they showed, like, in Modern Warfare 2019, they showed what he looks like through a picture. And Makarov is going to be the main villain in this next installment. But that's going to make it a wondering question if they're going to continue after that. If anyone doesn't remember, back in the original days, there were plans for the fourth one. And I'm sure because of what was going on back then, and the main top devs were leaving, I'm sure that had to put a hold on a lot of things. So this reboot will be interesting to see how they're going to finish it, or how they're going to continue it after the third. Yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't even have that fucking perk anymore. But even if I did have that perk, it would still take that long to unfreeze yourself. Oh, here's another shitty thing they did. If you have drill charge and you have it tossed when you die, you don't get the kill. They stopped doing that. They stopped counting. I think it was back in Season 4 Reload is when I started noticing that. And that's quite a shame. Drill charge is the best lethal we ever had. Especially to counter campers. Like those idiot YouTubers keep forgetting about. Yeah, I'm not fucking playing that match. See, there's skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, I'm so fucking great. I'm so truthful. That's why I mock fucking idiots. Which one do I really want to unlock next? Guess that doesn't really matter, does it? Because I only got 2 more COD points worth to grab. Three more after that. 2 more after that now. Yeah. Fucking hate the idea of kicking you out all the way back to this. And not back to the fucking playlist. Like, you have to go searching for the playlist again. I find that a shitty idea. This is why I always say, fire the idiot who is coming up with these idiotic ideas. And people say we should be respecting the devs. They don't even respect their own fucking player base. Otherwise, they would be fixing a lot of shit if they were. Go look at Overwatch, for example. That's a plain fucking example. Or better yet, Team Fortress 2. That's another good fucking example of the devs not giving a shit. If devs wants actual respect, listen to the actual feedbacks that's causing issues within the game, and the actual players who is talking about it and bringing it up. And I'm not meaning those shitheads who are bringing up skill-based. As like I said, they're most likely just boosting their stats, or boosted their stats back then, just to get the so-called status they got. Who remembers playing game just to have fun and not caring about your KD? Or KD doesn't really matter. I know the same thing can be said about wins. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Monday. Yeah, that didn't hit him? That didn't kill him? What the fuck? This is what I mean by the player fucking nerf. Move the fuck out of the way, you fat fucking shits. If you guys are actually watching my gameplay with the shotgun, if you ever see people cry about it, you can tell they never actually use it or understand like how weak it really are. They're never were strong to begin with. Firing rounds is annoying to deal with, but there is a counter. It's called using the fucking flak jacket. Or another perk that actually decreases the fire stuff. I think in Vanguard there was a different perk that does that. That wasn't flak jacket. Move, you fat fucks. This is why we need to lose or drop that fucking team collusion. That shit is annoying in Modern Warfare fucking 3 with infection. I don't care if people go out the map, but that shit is annoying. Another easy way to boost your fucking stats. Especially your win-loss ratio. Idiots. It should not take one person to melee to show they need to move the fuck out of the way. And this is why we're losing. What's ironic why we lost is because we got so many fucking retards who can't push the fuck out. Feels like Modern Warfare 2019 all over again with its shitty spawn. Like, did they not learn their fucking lesson? This is the best knife, but you can't even use camos on it. The only thing that makes it look good would be the Skull Eater, as it blends in a little bit more. Everything else looks dog shit. Maybe Boeing Balasa might be a better option, but it's nowhere near like this. And what's funny is, look at the gold on here, and look at the gold on the rear. What's the point of having gold if while you're using that? The only difference is one has a dent, one doesn't. What makes it worth like the grind? It's just like the issue back in Black Ops 4 with Nebula or Nebon, whatever the fuck it's called. That space rainbow camo. That one looks better than Dark Matter. And what's funny is the Dark Matter on there looks better than the one in Black Ops 3, only because it's a reactive. Matter of fact, we haven't even had a reactive camo since Black Ops 4. Where is a reactive camos anymore? I thought that was a neat idea. Worth a little bit more of the money if you want to spend money. as it reminds me, like, if you go on Black Ops 2, you could buy the weaponized 115 and what's the other one called? The Afterlife, as those are reactive. They don't really reactive when you get a kill, but they still do some sort of animation, so it's still similar to reactive, which is funny. You know, the more I was talking earlier, the more you start realizing like how down bad the Call of Duty channels has been. They haven't been decent in a long ass time, and it's almost been 10 years since Black Ops 3 came out. And most of them were really big since Black Ops 3. That's the baffling part. No shit, things are gonna change soon, Jeff. I'm starting to think Jeff is this slow. Like, no shit, things are changing. No shit, there might be some problems. Like, and if you look at his title, all you can just say is, no shit, that's gonna happen. It's like a no-brainer. Whenever that reveal happens on the 17th, I will not be streaming, but I will upload it. I will make a video on that whenever that happens. Usually I do stream on it, but I'm just going to do a normal recording of it instead. Imagine throwing stuns or flash and not rushing players. How the fuck did you make me bounce off? Damn it, I want to melee your ass. Yeah, I'm gonna make this 2-hour stream and just end it because I am not dealing with any more of this bullshit. Nerf. I could probably get a lot more kills and less death if this nerf isn't so fucking shit to begin with. And before I see people being stupid and commenting, oh, that's skill-based matchmaking. This is not fucking skill-based matchmaking. Ew, that wasn't even a sweaty lobby. Player nerve is the reason why this game is dog shit. If I had my Mario Warfare 3 with me, or in my room, I would definitely rather be playing that and streaming that than this hot-ass garbage. Only if the battle pass would count towards that one, too. Why the fuck would the other 3 games count together, but not this one? Usually I don't believe in rumors and shit like that. If Mario Warfare 3 does have zombies, I'll be at least happy. Because if multiplayer becomes dog shit just like this one, don't suspect me to camel grind after that, if it does. But I will make content off new weapons and maps that comes out. But besides that, I don't suspect anything else because I'm most likely going to play zombies just to work on the battle pass. Because fuck the multiplayer. That's what I did back in Cold War. And Vanguard, when Vanguard multiplayer started being dog shit halfway through. And speaking of Vanguard, Jeff made a good point Would you rather have Modern Warfare 2 Camo Grind or Vanguards? That's gonna be today's word of the day, or some sort of whatever I haven't even done words in the words of the day in a long ass time. Yeah, if I gotta deal with another nerf type of bullshit, I'm probably just gonna end it. Fuck this game. I'm not even joking. This is the reason why I don't even play this garbage. Hell, I would give like myself a week before I decide to play this again. That's how bad this game is. And I don't blame people who are backing the fuck out in this either. That's how dog shit the game is. Especially when you're dealing with like fucking nerves. Left, right, middle, ass. And here's something that's ironic. This game, Vanguard and Cold War, are the only games I've ever started rage quitting a lot more than ever. Whether I'm on stream or off camera. Trust me, I'd rather take the L in a losing game. But when the game is like hot ass, yeah, it's not worth staying. I really would laugh if he was in my previous game with the F skill based matchmaking. Because it just shows how much how ass he is. Anytime you see people with SBMM, they're just hot ass at the game. What's the last time you actually heard anything positive from the players who aren't even hot ass? And what's even more hilarious from these shitty YouTubers, they'll bitch and whine about campers. That's been a thing since Call of Duty 4. Or if you really want to go back a little bit further, Call of Duty 3. And they've been a thing since then. They're worse in TDM because they encourage people to camp. And the thing about people sweating their ass off, it's because of the shitty channels who has to sweat just to be good. Look at the channels who are going for nukes. Look at the channels who's trying to drop 50 bomb every fucking game. They're the reason why the game is so fucking sweaty to begin with. Do they ever call them out? Fuck no, because they are one of them. They are that much of a fucking hypocrites. I've never seen or ever played against a team that's more sweaty than the ones who's been sweating on YouTube. I love it how I'm putting so many fucking bullets into them. This is why I'm not backing out right now. Because I want to show how bad this fucking skill-based damage fucking is. Or I like to call it the player fucking nerve. I really want to show you guys on my fucking streams live on how shit this is. See, it's not skill-based matchmaking if you're really just camping your ass off. The only reason this game promotes so many bad players is because there always been the bad players to begin with. There's always been campers since Call of Duty fucking 4. There's always been bad players who've been turtling since Modern Warfare 2. You got shitty players who's been using Second Stand since fucking Black Ops. They've been showing full force for years. They don't ever pay attention to that shit because they're fucking retarded as shit. That's why I bashed them for fucking years now. Because they claim they've been, oh, I've been playing Call of Duty since 2009, 2008. They're fucking shit ass players. I think that's gonna be it for the stream. I'm gonna chat a little bit more, but yeah, that's what I mean. They're absolutely just dog shit. They never really did play the older games, otherwise they would have noticed how much of campers there has been. Team Deathmatch promotes it heavily. Domination may promote it a bit, but it's not as bad compared to Team Deathmatch, especially fucking hardcore Team Deathmatch. Go into there, play one match, and you can see how often everyone fucking camps in that game. And if the time runs out, that should tell you how bad the camping has been. And let me tell you something, it's even worse when they increase the score on these things up from 75 up to 100. That was becoming a thing in Black Ops 3. I'm glad that's not a thing anymore for 6v6, because you run out of time real fucking fast with things like that. It's absolute shit, and that's fucking hilarious that these guys can't keep the same fucking energy. Either way, that's all I'm gonna rant for. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. I might stream this week. If I don't, then I will see you guys whenever. I don't know. I guess whenever I can. Probably whenever I'm probably gonna be streaming again just to get my model to work and make sure it's actually doing all that, which I still gotta pay for. So yeah, looking forward to that. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. You can leave a dislike all you guys want, because I do not give a shit. Have a wonderful day.